The internet is suffering from OG madness. If you haven't followed me, please go ahead and hit that follow button right now before I get into this. This morning, while I was strolling the internet, it occurred to me how many different OGs that's on these different platforms now that are being platform, and they're coming to the internet and they're telling their stories, their prison stories, and they're telling about, and it's almost as if they're making what they did out of some glamorous thing, signaling to the young people that you're not real if you don't go do this time, and um, if you do find yourself in trouble and don't cooperate, it's all gangster stuff or whatever, and that's all good. And this guy OG Freeze this morning, I was watching some stuff he had on there, and I really don't know what he was talking about, but I got the gist of what he was saying. And his whole thing was that this paperwork that you always hear him talking about, whether or not a person snitched or did not snitch. And it occurred to me this morning that what you don't hear these OG gangsters talking about in these clips and in these on these platforms are, you don't hear them talking about the kids that they left behind, the kids that they did not have a hand in raising, because they were doing all this time. You never hear them talk about how they plan to pay their family back for all the money that they spent putting money on their books throughout the years. You don't hear them talk about how many years they took off of their mom and dad's life worrying about them in them prison cells. You hear about how thorough they were, and it's like they're propping these people up, and these these are not the people that should be propped up. There's nothing honorable about doing a long prison stint, okay? Because you didn't snitch on your homies. You were both criminals. You were just a dumb criminal, and you prioritized the street over your family. That's what it basically boiled down to. Okay, you made bad decisions, and you compounded them bad decisions, and you did a whole lot of time in prison, and now we're supposed to reward you as if you uh, got your doctorate degree after all these years or something like that. And most of these people are coming back, okay, not being any kind of positive contribution to the community in any way, just telling these old prison stories and saying stuff like, well, most people don't know if the feds that no, most people don't know because most people don't go to trial for crimes. I think it's a bad thing. Okay. So to your OGs, get up and tell these kids the real stories. Tell these kids about having to be strip searched your whole adult life. Anytime you go from one part of the jail to the next part of the jail, having another grown man or somebody strip look in your butthole, right? Make you lift your balls up. And you have to go through this constantly. Like when you go and visit your mom and them, who I was talking about, you was taking the years off their lives. Tell those stories. Tell the stories of your child calling you crying because you can't be there for them. And now they didn't realize, I don't have a daddy. I gotta. So tell a real story, OGs, because you're not helping these young people out by glorifying that foolishness. Get in the comment section, man. Let me know what you think about this.